Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, admitted to having lost track of time as she remains in lockdown in Scotland with Prince Charles. Camilla, the Duchess of Cornwall, has been in isolation at Birkhall, Scotland, with Prince Charles since mid-March. The Duchess of Cornwall was also forced to undergo self-isolation for 14 days after the Prince of Wales tested positive to coronavirus shortly after the pair headed north. Talking about how she has been coping in lockdown with entertainer and author David Walliams, Camilla admitted she has been left struggling with keeping track of time. Discussing the launch of this year's Queen's Commonwealth essay competition, the Duchess of Cornwall said, "I actually launched it in New Zealand this year. Well, it wasn't this year. God, I've lost track of time. It was last year. The year before I launched it in Ghana, and it was very interesting the response I got, the entries doubled." She added, "I hope this year they treble or quadruple." Much like her husband Charles and other senior members of the royal family, Camilla has continued to carry out her engagements virtually despite the pandemic. On Wednesday, the Duchess marked World Bee Day with a heartfelt message and thanks for her new role as president of Bees for Development. Camilla, who has long been a keen beekeeper and has a series of hives in her garden in Wiltshire, said funds raised from the sale of her honey crop this year would go to the organization. She described via video message how bees were vital to the natural world, but can also be used to help provide a much-needed income for people living in some of the poorest countries. In her message, Camilla said, "Today, on World Bee Day, it is a huge pleasure to speak to you as the first president of Bees for Development. As we all know, bees are vital to the natural world and an essential part of our fragile ecology." The Duchess of Cornwall added, "Keeping bees and harvesting honey is an old-age tradition. But this remarkable charity has found a way to use the busy bee to help alleviate poverty and encourage biodiversity. It works to train and educate people in the simple methods needed to keep bees, often at little or no cost. This in turn provides a much-needed income to people living in some of the poorest and most isolated communities in the world." In April, Camilla was named as one of the members of the royal family who is stepping up after Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced they would step down. Royal commentators Angela Mollard and Zoe Burrell discussed Meghan and Harry hunkering down in America during the coronavirus pandemic in the midst of the royal podcast. Ms. Mollard stated Camilla gets no attention compared to other members in the royal family.